Good day, students. This is teacher Shilpa Adkar. Today, let us study chapter 3 in political science, political parties. When people form organizations with the objective of achieving political power and participate in the electoral process, such organizations are called political parties. Political parties can be described as a group of people who aim to contest elections, win elections, and get power and establish the government of their party. Political parties are a link that connects common people, democracy, representation, and elections. Political parties exist in all democratic systems. In fact, political parties compete with each other only in a democracy. Political parties are also a kind of social organizations, but there is a difference in the goals and style of working. Let us see to the characteristics of political parties. The first one is to be in power. The main objective of the political parties is to achieve power through elections and compete with each other to get this power. There is nothing wrong with this as long as the competition is healthy and fair. The second characteristic is to pursue an ideology. Every political party has an ideology. They have their own policies, views, and stands on social issues. People who are influenced by and accept the ideologies of the party support that particular political party. This is known as the mass base of that political party. In modern times, ideologies of all the political parties appear to be similar, and so it has become difficult to differentiate and support political parties on the basis of their ideologies. The third characteristic is to have a party agenda. Political parties prepare their party's agenda on the basis of their ideology. They implement the agenda if they win the elections, or at least try to get the support of the people on the basis of this agenda even when they lose. Fourth characteristic, to establish a government. The political party which gets majority of votes forms the government and governs the nation. The parties which do not get majority votes act as opposition parties. Fifth one, to act as a link between the government and the people. Political parties work as a link between the government and the people. They communicate the demands and complaints of the people to the government and the policies of the government to the people. Let us see the changing nature of the political party system in India. The first is a single dominant party system. The Congress was a strong political party post-independence, and it had a majority at the center and most of the states. As Indian politics was controlled by the Congress party, this era was described as the era of single dominant party system. The second point, single dominant party system challenged. The non-Congress parties came together and challenged the single dominant party system. The third changing nature was of a coalition government. After 1989, the domination of one party came to an end. Different parties began to come together to form coalition governments. Fourth point, coalition government, not a stable government. The BJP and Congress party established coalition governments and proved that the belief that coalition governments bring instability. This was wrong. Next we see to the party system. One party system. If one party remains in power for a long period of time and no other political parties are influential, this party system is called one party system. The second party system is the two party system. When two influential political parties enjoy power alternatively, this party system is called a two party system. The third is the multi-party system, when many political parties are equally influential and compete for political power. This party system is called a multi-party system. Let us learn about some of our national parties. The first one, Indian National Congress. It was established in 1885. The Congress initially worked for national independence. After independence, the Congress emerged as the most dominant political party. The party follows the policy of secularism, all-round development, equal rights, and welfare for minorities and the disadvantaged sections of the society. The party believes in democratic socialism, social equality, and international peace. The second national party is the Communist Party of India. This was established in 1925. This party is based on communist ideology and opposes capitalism. They work for the welfare of laborers and workers. The party developed difference in opinion about accepting the leadership of Communist China or the Soviet Union. This led to a split and a separate party, that is, Communist Party of India, Marxist, was formed. Let us learn about the Communist Party of India, Marxist. This was established in 1964. This party is based on socialism, secularism, and democracy. Its policy is to protect the interests of the workers, farmers, and landless laborers. This party opposes imperialism. The next party is the Bharatiya Janata Party. This was established in 1980. The Bharatiya Janata Sangh and Janata Party merged together in 1977. But there was a split and the Bharatiya Janata Party was established in 1980. The party stands for protection of Indian culture and traditions and gives importance to economic reforms. The next is the Bahujan Samaj Party, which was established in 1984. This party professes socialist ideology. The objective of the party was protecting the interest of the majority, that is, the people belonging to the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, religious minorities, and other backward classes. The party aims at giving the power in the hands of this majority. The next party is the National Congress Party, which was established in 1999. This party believes in the values of democracy, equality, and secularism. It was in power in Maharashtra from 1999 to 2014. and at the center from 2004 to 2014 in the coalition government led by the Congress Party. The next national party is the Trinamool Congress, which was established in 1998. This party got recognized as a national party in 2016. The party supports democracy, secularism, and protection of interests of the weaker sections of the society. These were the national parties in India. Let us learn about regionalism. Under regionalism, you have a few subheadings. You can term them as follows. First, diversity. There is diversity in religion, culture, language, traditions, and the geographic area in India. And in spite of all this diversity, we are united. The second one is feeling of affinity. There is a natural liking and understanding of the language, culture, tradition, etc. of the region. Next, regional identity. This develops from the consciousness about the development of the region and the feeling that the local people should have claim over the resources and the employment opportunities. The love for the region gradually turns into identity consciousness and finally gives rise to regionalism. Let us learn about the regional parties. Now, these are the characteristics of the regional parties actually. First is the feeling of pride. Regional parties are those groups in the region who have a proud feeling about the different identity of their region and who compete to get political power. The second, resolution of problems. Regional parties give preferences to resolution of regional problems at regional level only. Next, demands. Regional parties demand more autonomy and authority for development of the region. They demand that political power should be in the hands of the people from the region and the local people should get preference in administration and jobs. Let us see the changing nature of regional parties. The first, separatist movements. Initially, regional identities gave rise to separatist movements. Regional parties from Punjab, Tamil Nadu and Jammu and Kashmir have made such demands to exist as an independent state. Next, demanded autonomy. Gradually, instead of an independent state, the regions started demanding more autonomy. Third one, power to the people. Regional parties demanded that for the development of the region, people from the region should get power at the state and national level. For example, the Shiv Sena, Telugu Desam, etc. Northeastern regional parties. The regional parties of Northeast gave up their demand for separatism and started demanding autonomy. They are now entering the mainstream of national parties. We can conclude and say that the role of the regional parties in India has passed from separatism to autonomy to entry into the mainstream national parties. Let us learn about some major regional parties. One of them is the Shiv Sena. It's the main political party in Maharashtra which was established in 1966. The main objective of the Shiv Sena was protection of the rights of Marathi people, promotion of the Marathi language, and resistance to people from other regions. In 1995, it entered into a coalition with the BJP and came to power in Maharashtra. It shares power with the BJP in Maharashtra since 2014. Next is the Shiromani Akali Dal. It was established in 1920 and is a prominent regional party in Punjab. It has the objective of cultivating religious and regional identity. It has assumed power in Punjab for many years. The third party is the Jammu and Kashmir National Conference. This was a main regional party in Kashmir and it was established in 1932. It protects the interests of Kashmiri people and protection of their autonomous status is given importance. The fourth party is the Assam Gana Parishad. The Assam Agreement was signed in 1985. It tries to resolve the problems of displaced people. It protects the unique cultural, linguistic and social identity of Assam and also looks into the economic development of Assam. It has assumed power in Assam for many years. The next is the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. It is a justice party, a non-Brahmin movement in 1920 was transformed into the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, a political party. In 1944, Justice Party came to be known as Dravida Kazhagam. In 1944, a group separated from this party and established another party, that is Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. Another group separated from this party in 1972 and established All India Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. Protection of Tamil identity. Member of coalition government at the center for some years has been its identity. The party has the support of the voters from all sections of the society. It was in power for a long period and has implemented many policies. We have come to the end of the chapter. We have taken a review of the national and regional political parties in India. Thank you.